Woo, got him. Wow. Hey everybody, Raw Hog here. Thanks for stopping by the channel. To start things out, we need to take a look at this. This thing had a recall on it, not this one particularly, but the CZ when these were released. So I think you need to check that out. We're going to do that, do the side end, and then show a little bit of shooting. So check that out. We'll be back and we'll dive into this thing. Okay, so you can take a look at their website. You can pause this and read this, but long story longer, they had a recall. You know, they sold these guns on the, you know, that you could change the barrels into a caliber swap. Safety issues arose, had to have a recall. If you own one of these, you can put your serial number in here on their website, and it will tell you if your gun is part of the recall. So pay attention to that because it is a safety concern. So anyways, we're just going to look at this gun, get into the review, and go from there and just try to ignore it, because it did piss some people off because they bought it with a caliber swap and then they weren't able to do that. So CZ tried to make it right, but anyways, let's get going. Now that that's out of the way, see, when I was introduced to this rifle, I had no idea about the recall. I was just like, oh, this is a pretty cool rifle. When I picked it up, I loved the stock and everything on it. So we're going to go through things. We're going to start with the MSRP. I mean, it's around, you know, around $600 basically. When they first came out selling the interchangeable barrels, I mean, I think they were around $8. They were kind of up there. But now they've kind of come down a little bit. You can find them for $550, around $6 to $650. So depending on sales and deals and things like that. So calibers, this one's 224 Valkyrie. They come in 223, 243, 7.62 by 39. You've got your 6.5 Creedmoors. There's a lot of calibers. You can check them out. But this one's 224 Valkyrie. And we're just going to start at the back and work our way up. So starting with the butt pad. Very nice butt pad. Now, I don't notice too much recoil in this, but the butt pad is very nice. So I really like the stock. Stock is cool. It's got this etching. You get good grip and all those things. But, you know, people are like, well, you know, I don't really like this. It just adds a little, it breaks up, you know, it just breaks it up a little bit. So I really like it. The stock, the cheek weld, you know, your cheek rest here is nice and raised, and I'll lift this up to show you, like when you grab this thing and you lay down on it, it's perfect for me. Everybody's different, but I love the grip here. It's just this pistol grip. You come in here like that, and it's nice. Now this thing comes in at 6.6 pounds, so you know, pretty light. It just feels light and feels good. I mean, I don't know how to explain it until you get your hands on one. So like I said, we'll just start here and move up. We'll go with the magazine. We'll take a look at the magazine next. Maybe jumping the gun a little bit. But this magazine, I don't know if you can see that there, but you push here and then it locks in there. Here's your release. So it comes out. This is 5+1 in your magazine. So what's the cool thing about this? You push here, push that, locks in, keeps it from falling out and all that. So what's cool about this magazine is you can also load it like it's a fix, like those dropout floor plates. You can load it from the top. So that's a nice little feature. That's pretty neat. And when the gun is on safety, of course, you can't activate your bolt. But with this one, you can push this button. This is what removes your bolt completely. But while it's on safety, you can go ahead and you can clear rounds out of there. So that's kind of a nice little feature. Speaking of safety, if you can look in here, this is kind of something new. It's going to take a little bit to get used to. But right here, if you're grabbing it, you can push it down, and that's fire. And you push it from the bottom, and there it goes. So something a little different. Takes some getting used to. It's a little bit odd for me. Pops up. So you have a cocking indicator. There's your safety. Now your bolt, it's a 60-degree throw, which accommodates a bigger, wider range of optics. And supposedly, you know, you get a little quicker, got the safety on, quicker cycling, you know, for follow-up shots and things like that. So again, when this is on safety, you push this button and you can activate your bolt, because once it's, you know, most things you can't do that, but bolt guns. But when you activate that, you can clear the magazine, take the magazine out, or clear one that's in chamber without having, you know, so it's on safe. So you just got that added little layer of protection. And of course, this is how you take it out. So you just pull your bolt out, check it out, clean it, do all your swabbing, those type of things. And this is going to be, from this angle, is going to be a little tough. Let me come around here. So, there you go. And you're back in. Safety's a little weird. You'll get used to it after thousands and thousands of rounds. So, all right, moving on up. So you have your aluminum receiver. It's got your integrated. We're sitting with we got a 4x12 40 scope on here. This is from SIG. So Whiskey 3, pretty good. We'll leave some links below, so check out all the stuff. Whiskey 3 is pretty good, so it's already mounted up. But aluminum receiver here, and you can see your pick rails that it's mounted to. Already comes with your pick rails, so you can move them. Pick your desired area where you want that. So next, we can go ahead and we'll talk about the trigger a little bit. Now, on this trigger, it kind of surprised me how light it was to begin with. So we did it, and it was about 1.2 pounds is what it was. It says it comes 1.3 to 3 pounds. It's adjustable. So this trigger is adjustable. If you can see right in here, you don't have to do anything. Comes with the tool. You just adjust it to however you like it. But the thing is light out of the box. It's already pretty light. So it's pretty nice. We'll do one on camera. We'll do a little quick test. We've averaged it. It was 1.2 for us. So I'll see what this thing is. We'll just do one on the old camera here to see what it says. And that's what it's reading there. So I'll do one more here. But we did a three pull average. Of course, there are some factors that that we'll factor in. So that was 1.4, as you can see there. So anyways, this thing's fairly accurate, but that's what they claim. And it's pretty impressive. You can tell when you pull the trigger the first time, it kind of shocked me because wasn't really used to something that light from what I have been shooting, just stock ARs. But moving on up, you have your cold hammer forged barrel. Goes all the way. It is 24 inches, 1 7 twist, and of course it's threaded on the end, so it's ready to accept suppressor or muzzle brake or anything you choose, I guess, on there. So that's pretty neat. All right, let's take a little break here. This really is a nice looking rifle. I like it. I like the way it feels. Price is very reasonable now that they've had the recall on it. But seriously, it's a good rifle. The SIG scope's a pretty good scope as well. Let's take a look at Miss Raw Hog here, and shooting at 279. You hit it. I hit it. Oh, man. You had a hell of a coach. You got anything to say about that? Or?
No, good.
So this is the ammo we were using, the 224 Valkyrie, the Federals, full metal jacket, 75 grains. So, I couldn't really find any, so this is what we went with. Did have one box of the Varmint Express, the 60 grains, I believe, but didn't have enough to mess with, so we just ended up going with those. But here is how they performed, or, some of this is probably shooter error, but these were the first groups. This was the best one over here, of course. I hate to blame things. I like to make excuses. A lot of it was probably shooter error. This was at 100 yards, so, not too bad. This one was a good one, but I knew I pulled that one and pulled one over here. I seem to do that in these 3-shot groups. And this one, I really tried to focus. It was on the Caldwell bag, and that's what you got there. So again, these are proven to hit sub-MOA and do really well. It's just probably this was shooter error. Could have been the ammo. Maybe I didn't like that. And of course, I would have rather have used some Hornady. Because some Hornadys, those 60 grains, they are screaming out there. So other than that, minus the recall, if you can get over all that stuff and ignore that, they're pretty nice rifles. The whole thing, they're light, they feel good. There's a lot of features, and they're just kind of fun to shoot. So as you've seen there, though, I was shooting out there 275, 280, hitting 200 yards, hitting little shaving cream cans and stuff. So it's accurate. And a lot of it is probably my fault, but anyways, check it out. We'll leave a little bit more shooting at the end. And like I said, I hope you got some value out of it. Hope you enjoyed the video. We'll leave some links below. Again, we get a little kickback from Amazon qualified purchases. So we'll leave some links below to different things. Also, check us out on Twitter. I can post links there and get some discounts for you. And one more thing, leave some comments below if you've dealt with one of these or dealt with a recall or what you decided to do. We'd be interested to hear that. So other than that, I hope you enjoyed yourself, because we sure did. And until next time, you know how you like your reviews? You like them raw.